Well, welcome back to the Square Peg Pod. It is your host. I am Roman. How is everybody going on this wonderful Monday? Actually, no, it's a Sunday. My bad, it's a Sunday. Um, my brain's not working. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, but we are here nonetheless. We are here because the world of politics never sleeps. And so, you know, I've been told that uh that whenever YouTubers, the nerdy ones who talk about culture, I've been told that they're fair, that they're, unbiased. They call it like it is, apparently. It's what I've been told, right? And I've been told that they are legit, that they just want what's best for everybody. But they're not biased, that they don't have any biases in their points of view, right? I've so been told this, and I'm here to burst some bubbles right now, unfortunately. Because, as you're about to see here, this is from Friday Night Tights. Now, for those of you that do not know, Friday Night Tights is hosted on the channel of Nerdrotic, Gary from Nerdrotic. Now, personally, me, when it's kind of hard because on a personal level, addiction is something that I relate with. So I applaud Gary for getting past that. However, being in recovery does not give you the right to be a grifter. It doesn't. It doesn't. And so, dare I say, and I'm going to point this out throughout this segment here, this is all a grift. All of it is a grift. It's all a grift. So, this segment, I wanted to talk specifically about this, to hear what all these suck ups have to say. Because this segment, if you look at the chapter, is called Trump Saving Hollywood. Now, I've been told for so long that these guys don't like Trump. I've been told that they don't like him, that they don't swing right, that they're all in the center. That's what I've been told for so long. You know what? Let me just play the clip. I cannot wait to break this down though. This one, I warn you, it's gonna be long. It's gonna be long. I warn you guys, it's gonna be long. All right, let's go. Volume up. All right, we're good.
So, Trump needs to save Hollywood. Hollywood is now, and it's horrifying them. But he does have the power, especially with this Warner Brothers Netflix sale. It's not him in particular; it's government agencies, but that has to pass the muster. Ryan, have you kept up on this? When is this deal possibly going through?
Well, look, the Netflix deal has a.
All right. First of all, this defeats the entire purpose of conservatism. Why does the government need to have their hands in this? Isn't the whole point of conservatism that you do not want the government to impede on everything? Isn't that the whole point of conservatism? See, what I say, and I mean this when I say this, MAGA are not conservatives. They're not. They're not. They do not believe in actual conservative values. They don't. They just don't. And so, I don't want to hear again anyone tell me, "Oh yeah, I support Donald Trump. I'm also a conservative." No, you're not. No, you're not. That's not possible. Anyway, let's keep going.
Long way to go because regardless if Paramount went away tomorrow and they're like, all right, Netflix, you can have it. The plan isn't for Netflix to actually take over until Warner Brothers Discovery does their intended split, which I believe is in the third quarter of 2026, which would be, just to refresh everyone's memories, that would be splitting the studio and the streaming side and the video games and all that stuff onto Warner Brothers and all the linear television, CNN, TNT, TBS, all those other cable platforms into just all Discovery. That was what Warner Brothers was going to do in the third quarter of 2026, period.
Yep.
Netflix wants them to go along with that split, and then they take over the Warner Brothers side, which is the movie making and the streaming, really, is the parts we're talking about. So that's like Netflix's intended goal, whereas Paramount would want to come in there and take over everything before the split as soon as possible and as soon as it could get cleared by regulatory committees. I have no idea how long it might be before Netflix would be out of the clear with the regulation stuff.
Yeah, I know they just want to get an initial deal signed so they can start that process. And I think that's coming up pretty soon.
Well, I'm curious, why doesn't Netflix just want to buy Warner Brothers Discovery completely?
Because that's where they're losing all the money. So that's why they're doing that split. Is Zaslav, who's a smart guy, is shifting all of their debt over to broadcast, which they can do because giant corporate shell game, and they can do shit we can't. I think the plan was like to dump CNN. If people are bringing it up in chat, it's much more than CNN, but that's part of Zaslav's plan because all the value, Jeremy, is in HBO and their IPs and the movie stuff.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think I'm on the side of most people where I just wish that Warner Brothers wasn't going to be sold. But with that said, I think Paramount is a far better option.
Yes.
Than Netflix.
No. Who gave these people a platform? No. Paramount made the Halo show. No, that's all you need to hear. Shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut up. Stop talking. Stop. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop. Seriously, stop.
I don't want Netflix to get them, but I don't know, man. I it's very everybody. I was talking to Ryan about this, but like everyone that's not Netflix is against this idea. Pretty much everybody hates this idea.
The actors, the studios, Hollywood, the theaters, everyone who could possibly be invested in something knows that Netflix getting it is the worst case scenario for the business side of things, regardless of what it would do to the content that's coming out itself. We're just talking in straight up business perspective because we know that Netflix is not as committed to theaters as all these other studios are. That's whatever the game plan is to get people just on their couch.
Imagine Netflix owning DC Comics.
Yeah.
Like this isn't just like owning the distribution rights which is.
I'd fucking rather that than fucking Paramount, where they show us Master Chief's ass cheeks, and he fucks a girl that was part of the Covenant. Do you guys hear yourselves? Like, these people just loved hearing themselves talk. Do you hear yourselves? Who watches this shit? Why do you watch it? I don't understand. These people don't know dick about what they're talking about. They claim to be fans of this shit, but Josh, have you seen the Halo show? Have you seen that Paramount as a streaming service does not work? It doesn't work. You can't watch SpongeBob without it freezing. God, man, Jesus Christ.
Horrifying enough. Lord of the Rings, A Song of Ice and Fire, and Harry Potter. It's them owning outright Batman and Superman, which puts James Gunn's future in doubt. And it also would be horrible. It would absolutely be horrible if they were adapting DC Comics. They would.
It's horrible now. It's been horrible now.
It would be worse, dude.
And DC Comics is horrible now. So I would say DC Comics might have the only potential to improve. Netflix has done
Comics are, well, Batman, this new run started out rough, but it's been okay so far. The first like three God, like that first month of the new book being out was brutal. Other than that, it hasn't been bad. Superman was pretty good. I'm excited for Supergirl. Anybody that says that they're not excited for Supergirl, aka these guys, are grifters. That movie looks really good. Jason Momoa playing Lobo is badass. That's a really that's a really good choice. That's a really good choice. DC's not in that bad of a place. They're actually really not. Their animated movies are doing pretty well. The comics are selling. They're not all the best in terms of quality, but they're selling pretty well. Like the comics, at least for me in terms of DC, Marvel's always been the bigger comic brand, but their comics have always been better than Marvel's DC's, and that hasn't changed. I genuinely think that DC Comics, even with how mid the Flash has been in terms of its comics, how mid Green Arrow's been, how mid Superman has been, how mid the Justice League comics are, and how mid Batman started as, it's still better than 98% of what Marvel's been putting out the last 3 years. Seriously. Besides Venom, what else has Marvel done recently that's been good in terms of comics? Spider-Man's dead on arrival. The Miles stuff has been okay, I guess. Wolverine, the X-Men stuff has been okay. I guess maybe. Nothing else really hits. Nothing. DC's comics have been doing pretty decent. Halfway decent. I can't hate. I can't, and I won't. So, these people are grifters, man.
Comics through Mark Miller that have been pretty good. So
Netflix does a whole range of things which has been good and bad. It's definitely not, if Netflix buys it, everything will take a downward trajectory. They have incredibly base content alongside the most woke stuff you've ever seen in your life.
But they also have to
the fuck up, dude. If I have to hear this woke thing one more time, I promise you, bro. I am so fucking tired of hearing that word. I am so fucking tired of hearing that phrase. So done. So tired of it. With all the shit that's happened this year, I don't give a fuck anymore. I seriously do not care. I really don't. I don't care anymore. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
His potential of putting out like a black Batman. Like,
And the
okay. So what? So what? Who fucking cares? You know what? Luke Fox was Batman a few years ago. Badass run. Who cares? It's fucking skin color. Who fucking cares? Who cares? Who fucking cares? Who cares? Who honestly cares? Who cares? The only ones that care are you guys. That's it. No one else does. If the story's good, which it was, then it shouldn't matter to anybody. It's a fucking grift. It's a fucking grift. Honestly, these people are not fans of this shit. These people are not fans of this shit. The Luke Fox Batman run was fantastic. And he was black. And 90% of fans didn't care. But there was that set that was like, oh my, I'm not gonna read this because they made Batman black. Who cares? Why does that matter to people? It was a great story. That was one of the best Batman stories that we've gotten recently. What?
The backstory here is that the Ellisons are very close with Trump. He has expressed interest in, wanting Paramount, who is Ellison, to get Warner Brothers Discovery, but Netflix went to Trump. When was this? When did they go to Trump, Ryan?
November, before
November, and basically got his approval on it. And I don't know what direction he's going to go. I have no idea how he's going to address this.
He's also been bitching out David Ellison publicly because fucking 60 minutes aired an interview with somebody I don't like. Bad, just as bad as the last ownership.
Yep. So, but like
I'm gonna sue them again. Blah, blah, blah.
outside of Comcast, though, Hollywood's in the position of, do we side with Netflix or Trump? And they're having a hard time right now, and it's great. So this cover story is the last king of Hollywood, Ted Sarandos.
I don't know what's so funny about that. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Like, the country is falling apart at the fucking seams. And these fuckers are in their gaming chairs laughing at this shit. It's not funny. It's not funny. 17 million Americans are about to lose their health care. It's not funny. 433,000 American children are going hungry tonight. That's not funny. 200,000 jobs are being outsourced as we speak. That's not funny. It's not funny. None of this is funny. This is not funny. This is not humorous. This is not a game. It's not a game. This is real life. This is real life. We live in the real world. We don't live in fantasy comic world. As much as I wish that we did, because then there'd be people that actually would stand up against this shit. All you got in this world, the people that dominate this whole sphere are grifters. They're all grifters. That's it. That's all that runs this space, and it gets on my last nerve that the only people that dominate this side of the internet are grifters. Everyone that you see on your screen to the left of you are grifters. They are all grifters. Every single one of them are grifters. And if you speak out against anything that Gary says, you are considered a shill. Anything. You're considered a shill. Anything.
David Ellison, or Trump. They don't even say President Trump. They just call him Trump.
Look at how dirty they did David Ellison in the picture, though. Like on the left there.
Oh, they can't stand him either. And like, it is crazy, Ryan, that the Nepo baby, admittedly, who owns a production company, bought a Hollywood studio, and now with this smaller Hollywood studio is going to buy one of the biggest Hollywood studios. That's how bad things are right now.
It's crazy what an attempt it is, you know. But I do think, like, and obviously you can only take people at what they're like at face value and what is that worth, right? So when Netflix tells me we promise we're not going to do anything to get things out of theaters quicker, I don't really believe you. On the other side, you know, David Ellison's like, look, we want to ramp up production. We want to commit to having 25 films in theaters and stuff like this. That all sounds good. Will they keep that up? Will they keep that energy up? Who knows?
No.
Well, it's also, Hollywood was nowhere near as up in arms about that kind of purchase. There was even an article that said, like, he's going to revolutionize Hollywood, make it ultra alpha male, and align it with the MAGA agenda.
Yeah. That's exactly what he's going to do. Has no one seen that he's trying to purge all of the news and that? He's trying to purge all of the news and that networks. It came out. He put on, essentially, it got deleted, but this happened. He posted on to X a White House naughty list. 90% of the media and media figures were on there. You know what type of country does that shit? Russia. You know what type of country does that shit? China. You know who else does that? North Korea. If you speak out against your leader, you vanish. We're not to that point yet. But the fact that the president of the United States is putting on to a naughty list people in the media who very tepidly, by the way, not even fully, very tepidly criticize him. Very, very, very mild criticisms. He put them onto a naughty list. What president does that? Yes, he is going to indeed do that. Whatever your name is, third dude from the bottom left. He is going to indeed do that. 1,000%. That's exactly what he plans on doing. Exactly what he plans on doing.
And there wasn't a fraction of the uproar that they've shown since Netflix said they were going to buy it. It is night and day, the kind of the fear that came out of Hollywood over the announcements.
Yes, on December
strong.
On December 4th, as Hollywood was metabolizing the news that the studio of Citizen Kane, Casablanca, and Harry Potter was about to be owned by the platform of Tiger King, Dahmer, and Squid Game, I reached out to a high-ranking studio executive in town to gauge his thoughts. Disaster, he texted, before proceeding to explain how the swallowing of a studio by a streamer would spell bad news, whether it went no Warner Brothers films to sustain movie theaters.
Ads. I don't get ads. Make sure to sub.
Or a lot less Netflix outside licensing to sustain movie studios. The streamer of House of Cards could bring down the whole shaky structure. Well, I mean, that's if one streamer buying one studio brings down your structure, you don't have a structure.
Yeah, you have a fucking problem, a bigger fucking problem than that.
You don't have a structure.
Skip the paragraph, Gary.
They go into you couldn't avoid the irony. The drama of how traditional Hollywood will be devoured is now as entertaining as anything. Hollywood could never come up with this. Movies have conflicts between gritty human characters, late stage capitalism. God damn.
Yep.
There we go. Way to show your colors.
Late stage entertainment.
Yeah. Well, yes, exactly.
No, late stage capitalism. We are in the late stages of capitalism as we speak right now. No one can afford groceries. No one can afford housing. No one can afford child care. No one can afford their health care. We live in the late stages of capitalism right now. We do. We do. And the world reflects that. The world understands that. It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. See, none of these people have to worry about that because they all have money. But for me, and for y'all watching, y'all have to worry about that shit. Let me tell y'all something. Let me cue y'all in about something. These people don't give a fuck about you. They don't care. They want your view. They want you donos. But they don't want you to have health care. They don't want you to have housing. They don't want you to have a living wage. They don't want you to have a UBI. They don't give a fuck if you're drafted and you go to war and die. They don't care. They don't care. Because these people prop up the machine that keeps you down. Gary from Nerdrotic and all of these people prop up the machine that keeps you down. It's not the... And let me tell you something else, because I have a feeling that I'm going to get cross viewers from this video. So let me tell you all something if you're still here. It's not the illegal immigrants. It's not DEI. It's not trans people. It's not gay people. It's not women that are keeping you down. It's 800 people out of 335 million who get tax breaks and subsidies every year, who have so much money and want more and more and more and leave nothing for the rest of us. That's who the cause of your problem is. It's not the immigrants. It's not DEI. It's not this woke bullshit. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. Have you noticed that there's been less of it this year and your life is still shit? You've noticed that, haven't you? You can't afford shit, right? They put less black people in movies this year. It was a white sausage fest. And you want to know something? Your life is still shit. That was not the issue. Was not the problem.
Mm-hmm. They're already doing a move about Animal Farm about the same thing, so it's on their mind.
You fucking what? Oh no, I'm thinking of something completely different. That was a different version.
So late stage capitalism as the son of a tech centi-billionaire and the leader of a 400 billion international giant trading insults a Wall Street analyst conventions. Ellison, Netflix offers inferior and uncertain.
I know you was a drug addict, Gary. Let someone else read the article if you can't pronounce words right, dog. That's analyst, Holmes. That's analyst. Don't want to be a grammar nutz. I'm just saying. These people all claim to be so smart, but none of them can read. Just saying.
Value. Surround us wearily, entirely expected. Oh, and don't forget Saudi money and the president's son-in-law.
Yup. Exactly that. Yup. What do y'all gotta say about that? I'm curious.
Financing Ellison's bid, or both parties cozying up to the president who fancies himself an M&A gatekeeper. Well, he is right now.
It is, like, regardless of like what you think on Trump or whatever, I do think it's ridiculous that this is how it's going down. You know, like that's a consideration, right? It should just be in a fucking vacuum. Is this company allowed to purchase this company? Yes or no? Maybe so. But instead it's like, hey, we need to curry favor with the king, basically. And I don't like, and it's obviously a hyperbolization of everything that's going on, but it's also kind of real.
Right.
And
I mean, no, Ryan, you said the quiet part out loud. He does want to be a king. You're not wrong about that. In fact, I think that's the first honest thing that Ryan Kennel has ever said. He does want to be a king. He does. He does, absolutely. You're right, Ryan. You are. You have that absolutely correct. You nailed that right on the head. Good job. A moment of honesty from you. Good job.
is that the way things should go? Probably not.
Probably not, but the
No.
people who are like no kings are treating him like one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. No. No, 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 no. No, you're symbolizing it. And you're doing that on purpose, Gary, you piece of shit. No. No, no, no. Okay, let me tell you. Billionaires are not the ones that are at the No Kings protests. Because it's not just about the man at these protests. It's about the policies. That's what it's about. It's about the policies. We don't want ICE scooping people up without due process. We don't want 18 million Americans losing their health care. We don't want children to have to go hungry because the Republicans got funding for school lunch. We don't want childcare to go up exponentially. People actually want to get rid of tax on tips. People actually want to get rid of tax on overtime. People actually want to have a living wage. People want to end the wars. They don't want to go to Venezuela. They don't want to go to Cuba. They don't want to go to Colombia. They don't want to fight for Raytheon and Boeing. They don't want to do that. They don't want $1 trillion defense budget for nothing. They don't want that stuff. We don't want that stuff. So you're damn fucking right, no kings. You're damn right. You are damn right. And anybody who defends and stands up for it is not someone who you should listen to. Point blank, period. They are for the oligarchs, not you. Made that very clear.
Making
know.
into it.
Yeah.
No kings, but we kind of want one.
Yeah, we want you to be
No,
that.
they like dictators. Hollywood, I mean,
Yes,
it's
they
just the
do.
way the politics go. They fancy dictators. Dicks.
Dicks.
I did that as well.
What? Hang on. What? Pussies.
Hey, fancy
Pussies. Fuck asshole. Right next to
They fancy dicks. Jamie Foxx can go down and visit. What is his name? Madrero in Venezuela. Yeah, he went down and visited him. It's big pals with him. The town's leadership gap is impossible to miss. The C-suite is fading with no big names to fill it. Comcast Brian Roberts, 66, and Disney's Bob Iger, the weatherman, 74. Both preside over companies whose models of cable subscriptions and theme park merchandising now seem less aggressively capitalistic than quaintly, sorry, from thank you, Disparu, from another era. And how much longer are those guys here for anyway? Well, Bob Iger's never fucking going away. Didn't he say that whoever takes his place, he's going to be there to look
They're
over
going
them?
to shadow him for a
year?
while so they get the hang of the
Jesus.
job. You know, he's going to be around for a while to guide him in the right direction, just like Bob Chapek.
But don't worry, I'll be in the shower.
So as far as Disney's concerned, they said many of the leaders in waiting lack the stature or vision, and those that appeared to have it, Universal's Donna Langley or Disney's Dana Walden, who would be fucking terrible, by the way, absolutely terrible, or Josh D'Amaro, come to mind, have to fight boards, share prices, and most crucially, falling profits that don't facilitate risk-taking and vision. Well,
Ooh.
Wow.
when was the last time Disney did any kind of risk-taking and vision?
What are you talking about? They
firing Jimmy Kimmel and then bringing him back? Because of the backlash, because the right wing celebrated his freedom of speech being taken away from him. That was the last time that Disney did something bold by firing someone because the right wing wanted him fired, and then they lost $4 billion, so they brought him back. That's the last time. That was what, 2 months ago? Three months ago? 2 months ago. It was 2 months ago. Just saying.
Just made a partnership with an AI company
So
that
which gets
you
brought up.
can so that you can create what you want to see with their characters on their streaming app.
Yes.
That's innovative. We can't write. Let's let others do it.
What's that other? You know what?
I
And
mean,
like that's actually probably a good idea.
Yeah, that's a clever
Yeah.
thing that they're doing there because the fans
course
honestly
you
will be
think
able to make.
So, do you know how many
No,
kids?
no.
Like that'll be really entertaining for kids, and actually
No.
probably good
Yeah.
for their imagination. I'm kind of for it.
Well,
So,
here's the thing:
No.
they're not going to be able to stop people making.
No. We don't want AI making Oh my god. We don't want AI making content. No. We don't. No. We don't want that. We don't want that. We do not want that. No. Don't listen to these people. No. That's a bad idea. Especially considering that Trump just signed a bill that deregulated AI. No. Nope. Not happening. Nope.
Making AI stuff with their IP, so they're going to try and monetize it. And if they actually propose a revenue share split to people who make stuff, AI stuff with their IP, that could actually be beneficial for both sides because the fans are going to make better content with their, the beloved characters than what Hollywood can. And we're already kind of seeing that with AI at the moment. And then if Disney is going to allow that, as long as they get a kind of a fair cut, if they make it fair, that could actually end up being very clever on their end and beneficial for both sides.
I think really what it's about more than anything else, and you kind of said it in the beginning, is they can't stop it. But they can monetize it. I actually think by monetizing it in this way, having a deal with an AI company to do these things with these characters is actually going to make it far easier for them to stop everyone else doing it. I think it's going to be far easier for them to show, hey, look at this monetary partnership I'm in with this company to do exactly this. If these other companies are letting people still use our creations, our IPs, all these things, they need to be shut down because here's our monetary loss involved when that happens. I think that, to be honest, is part of the goal with this entire thing.
I didn't take it that way. I took it as, rather than doing what Shad suggested, a monetary split with the creators like YouTube does,
How long is
they just gave the AI company
Christ.
$1 billion and said that's our entire fee. And so that gives them an entitlement to all of anything that's ever created in the future from the AI content.
So why
Yeah,
don't
but it only
they?
works-
Why don't they
Shut up.
feed the comics to the AI? Feed the comics. No, literally, feed the comics to the AI. Everything that's already been created, and then they get the AI to convert the comics into the actual proper live action version. Live action inverted commas, of course. Versions that should have been put on the screen that hasn't ever been put on the screen, so that fans can get a legitimate, authentic experience based off the product which they have been supporting for decades.
Well, that is
Because-
actually on the horizon.
Well, no, because that would require human intervention to correct the mistakes, but the humans they've got are so flawed and inferior that they would ruin everything. It would come back with a story and they'd be like, you can't show that, you can't say that, no, that's not time. So they are held back by their staff, essentially, at the moment.
yes, they're prisoner to their activist
woke
woke staff.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Do y'all get tired of this shit? Are you guys tired of this? Shut up. Just stop. Just stop. Seriously. Just stop. Stop. Showing a few more black people in movies, making movies about gay people, making allegories about punching fucking Nazis in the face. That's all good stuff. That's based. That's based. Especially the punching Nazis part. That's based. There's going to come a time where Superman is going to be considered a woke character, even in his old iteration. You see, because Superman in the 50s, before it was cool, said that segregation was wrong. I'll bet none of these people know that. I guarantee that none of these fucking retard faggot grifters know that. Guarantee.
Is this what you're referring to? I'm just sharing my screen.
Oh God, we brought up AI and now fucking Shad brings up some.
Just one more thing.
No, it's how his
We're
voice
not
went
on
up
the
really
subject of
perked
AI,
up as well.
but
You know,
I'll show this.
Well,
I've seen it and it's
actually,
cool.
It's
is
cool.
cool.
AI is the best
That
medicine.
reminds me.
Wait, I gotta remove.
is it the first
this.
10 minutes of Bumblebee? Because that's fucking great.
I think you'll like
That's the
this one, Liz.
Transformers movie I want to see.
We can just leave it there. We could just leave it there. That's
I've
that.
seen this. Yeah.
I'll just leave it there. Leave it on
I
that
don't
one.
know.
Right.
I don't want to see it anymore.
Shad,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You act like a
Yeah.
Mormon. Look at right now.
I'll let her drain my powers.
Yeah,
your
okay,
powers.
anyway.
But the thing is, the deal, right? If Disney's trying to lock this down, they're only locking it down with OpenAI. All the other companies that are developing their models.
Why are we
can't-
showing this? This looks like shit.
This is great. What are you
It's
talking
ridiculously
about?
stupid.
It's AI.
Did you see
That
the
looks
ass
freaking-
part?
No,
It looks like
but-
AI is what it looks like.
Shad, they've been planning that from the very beginning, and that's what was the impetus of a lot of the strikes. Is they aren't against AI; it's who controls it.
Yeah.
And of course, it's smart for all the companies to start licensing it out and controlling their own IP. And that's, dude, the sky's the limit for Warner Brothers. You know, kids making their own Looney Tunes cartoons. Like that would be the first thing you do. You know, charge them a subscription fee. It might work. It might work.
But then the studios will start complaining that the kids aren't making enough sexualized cartoons.
I was gonna
That's
say,
too base.
Dude, shut up. Shut up. You support a pedophile. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You support a child rapist. Shut up. Seriously, shut up. Stop. Like I'm actually disgusted. That's fucking nasty. Shut up. Every single one of y'all, everyone on this panel supports a pedophile. Every single one of them. No one in this segment has said, oh, by the way, I don't fuck with Trump. That guy is a pedophile. No one. Pedo lovers.
I was gonna say the opposite, like the moderation needed for this tool to make sure they don't have like Dumbo and Winnie the Pooh fucking each other. Or some shit.
They're gonna need a Skynet moderation for that.
But the WGA has come out and commented on this, and they didn't say they had a problem with it. They just like, we want everyone to be in line with our agreements about who owns the rights and the voices and the images. It's essentially,
They
as
want
long
the
as we
money.
get paid, do whatever you
Exactly.
want. Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, again, that's not smart. And when I talked to the WGA representative, that's exactly what he said. He's like, "Oh, we're not against it. We're against who controls it."
Because that is their perfect world. If they can get scanned into a machine once, say a few lines into a microphone, and then sit at home getting paychecks for the rest of their life, that's their perfect job.
Actors have already lined up signing off their likeness, and there are currently big-time directors working on full-fledged AI movies outside of what you brought up earlier, Disbrew, outside of the studio system, which obviously they can do. So, and we'll find that out soon. But if we go back to this real quick, there's a lot of lamenting about Ellison being a Nepo baby and Sarandos, and whoever buys Warner Brothers, they're both tech bros.
Could you make the text a bit smaller?
No. As a matter of fact, you son of a bitch, I'm going to make
As a matter of fact, I can't read it.
I was actually
It's like,
surprised.
I knew that was going to be it.
Holy shit, there's words on this fucking page.
Oh, you see my phone, how big the text is.
And I
He just saw Sarandos there. That was his paragraph.
Yep.
Gary's phone is literally one letter on his screen.
So they talk about Sarandos and Ellison, and they go, never mind that neither man before this year has ever presided over anything close to a traditional Hollywood entertainment entity.
Why are we skipping shit? Why are we skipping shit? Why aren't we showing shit? Why are we skipping stuff? This is like Jimmy Dore type shit.
Which don't exist anymore.
Mm.
They don't. When Hollywood started getting into this big corporate conglomerate game, it ended. So Disney is not just an entertainment company. They're a freaking cruise ship company and an experiences company. And they're that more than they are an entertainment company because they're in fucking debt. Disney's is in much debt, if not more, than Warner Brothers right now. I think it's like 45 billion,
Damn.
and they did just spend 72 billion on Fox. In some ways, the purchase of one of the oldest studios by one of the newest disruptors would be a development long coming. Silicon Valley has been devouring the traditional industry for many years now, forcing companies to alter their business models, spending practices, release patterns, and soon enough, in the age of AI, Shad, their production methods, and yet something feels jolting.
I do not want to hear Hollywood complaining about traditionalism.
Yeah.
Like, this is not something that you can hold up as a value that you care about. I mean, like, no, we've always done it this way. It's like, it is a really weird perspective to be on Sarandos' side, and they're like, no, but it's destroying the cinemas. Like, yo, but the future is streaming.
We were talking
they're like,
about
no,
it.
we want the traditionalism.
You were talking about it earlier. We're so progressive, except when it comes and fuck capitalism, except when it comes to fucking with our money and our jobs.
Yeah.
You know?
It's because, let me break this down for you, they're not progressive. Like fucking hell. They're not progressive. They're capital. They are capitalistic vultures. They're hedge fund people. Like, how stupid are you all? None of you should be able to talk about politics. None of you, because you don't know shit. You don't know anything. Bob Iger's not a fucking progressive. He's not a fucking democratic socialist. He's a capitalistic hawk. He's a hedge fund Wall Street boy. Kathleen Kennedy's a Wall Street woman. They all benefit off of the same money that y'all do, Gary. They're not progressive. But even if they were, they would be correct in their views. Fuck capitalism. Fuck Donald Trump. There. You don't got the fucking balls to say that, bruh. You don't got the... You know what? As a matter of fact, take down your Batman emblem. Give that shit to me. Give that shit to me. Batman would not be on your side. Superman, for fuck sure, would not be on your side. Damn straight, he would not be on your side. Take that shit down. You're not a fucking fan. You're not a fucking fan. You are a disruptor. You're a grifter. You're not a fan. Shut the fuck up.
And they're like, please preserve the past.
Forcing companies to blah, blah, blah. Netflix was a disruptor, a forever scrapper, trying to gain respect of Warner Brothers. It wasn't supposed to be owning Warner Brothers. It's hard to fathom now, but talk for years was how a major studio might buy Netflix, which is true, not the other way around. Well, that's the way it is. There's a phone company out there called Apple that could buy 3 studios with the extra cash they have.
Life comes at you fast, Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
They've got more sense. That's why they've got 3 times the cash they've got.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, and, save a lot of money on slave labor in China. David Ellison seems, shit. Same with Samsung.
And Apple. And everyone.
That's what I was
everyone that makes anything. Yeah.
David Ellison seems even less likely leader and up-and-coming movie financier with who you loved when he was financing movies, motherfuckers. With cloud software money is not supposed to become the industry's biggest kingpin in the space of a few years. At least Rupert Murdoch built his thing. Oh my God, they're fucking defending Rupert Murdoch.
It's a dark day when they have to do that.
Oh God, it's a hard day for Hollywood, and you just hate to see it.
I am all here for it.
No.
It's like when they hated Trump so much, all of a sudden they started cozying up to fucking George Bush. And it's like, wait a minute, you were calling him Nazi 20 years. You were calling him Hitler 20 years ago.
They were right about
He is. He is. So's Trump.
that one, though. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, totally. 100%. Fuck that guy. But the identity of this Hollywood king, for all the understandable business headlines and drama, is in a way beside the point. With the empire so bleak, you could wonder why anyone would want to rule it at all. Wow.
Wow.
Audiences are distracted. Oh, sorry. Go on, Disbrew.
This is the Hollywood Reporter. These are the people that have been saying there's nothing wrong for a long time. And now suddenly it's like, I can't believe the world's so bleak anyone would want to buy it.
Well, because there's always this moment that basically holds the mirror up to them where they have to stare at the reflection. I mean, it's like the debate between Trump and fucking Biden, dude. I mean, there's a point where you have to admit something's fucking wrong or you lose your credibility. And this is their moment.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're admitting it's wrong when not just the house is on fire, like they started catching on fire.
Yes.
You know, it's like, oh, there might be a problem with it. I'm actually on fire now, not just my house. Audiences are distracted. Costs are unmanageable. And by the way, as Disbrew just pointed out, none of this shit was happening. We were being hyperbolic a couple of years ago saying this shit was going to happen.
Worse than that, we were hate mongers. We were the worst of the worst. We were the people destroying the industry just by talking about it. But now it's like, no, it's actually an objective point and it's perfectly fine to just point it out.
Of course, they won't point out that the strikes made this happen much faster. It was going to happen anyway, but that made it happen much faster. Audiences are distracted. Costs are unmanageable and automation is coming soon. Everybody who ever wrote a piece of fan fiction will be able to make a film with the push of an LLM button, as Disney just accelerated. Why not the lot when anyone can scale the gate? The barbarians are at the gate, and it's you guys. You guys became the competition. The audience that they told to fuck off for fucking 10 years is now the competition. And you couldn't have written a better script.
Also, they kind of admit that the public would be better at making films than they would, because otherwise you wouldn't mind, right? If Hollywood had some kind of magic sauce that made the best stories, you wouldn't mind if other people could make stuff because they couldn't compete. Your things would just be better. The only thing, if it actually gets out into the public, they will beat us. They will beat us in the open market of competition.
Oh, God, yes. The fact that they brought up fan fiction, you're fucking literally writing fan fiction. Like the fans will now be writing the fiction. So green shoots will merge and people will fight back. Of course, the nature of human striving, and I dare say the Hollywood soul. You have no fucking soul. Shut up. Is to chafe at the hegemony.
I think this is a British American thing.
Hegemony. But the Hollywood that any of us have known, that of a feverish machine of human-led movie studios and television networks and cable channels and yes, streamers, all cranking out levels of newness for people to enjoy and argue about, seems for the first time in our lives not just imperiled, but doomed to degradation. Everything was fine a year ago, guys.
Gee, what happened? And
what happened? And we'll just finish up with this one.
I'll tell you what happened. A fascist took over the White House. That's what happened. And he wants to rule all media. That's what happened.
As so it makes you wonder what exactly either of these would-be emperors hopes to control, but box office is wobbly, broadcast and cable television are in the sunken place, and online platforms like TikTok and YouTube regularly wipe the floor with even Netflix. As the company's own executives reminded at Wall Street conference Monday in their ironic bid to seem like underdogs to federal regulators. That's right. Netflix said, we're not as big as YouTube. And they're not.
Pick one. Either you're getting dominated by TikTok and YouTube, or you're not the underdog. Like, you can't argue from both sides of your mouth. And what they seem to forget is that Warner Brothers isn't getting bought because people are, like, coming in to take over it. It's because they've failed. Like, the other people have already won. They're not making it a failure so they can buy it. It was a failure so they bought it. They think they can turn it around.
Never mind the ways this king, and they're talking about the two kings of Ellison and Sarandos, will be overlorded by the real emperor. Less a ruler than a colonial governor. Sarandos.
Gavin Newsom.
Sarandos, he is like an old school.
I'm not even fucking joking.
No,
I don't know why
I
I'm
think
using it.
that's a really good description. Sarandos reportedly met with Trump.
Both sides did.
At
Met
the White
with
House.
literally Hitler. Met with literally Hitler.
I'm just going to say that. Sandos reportedly met with Hitler at the White
Literally,
House.
you got to say literally Hitler.
Literally Hitler at the
Literally.
literally Hitler at the White House this month after previously meeting with him at Auschwitz. I don't know. Ellison,
Why are we making jokes about Hitler? Why are we making jokes about Hitler? That's not funny. You know, y'all are not beating the Nazi allegations. I'm just saying. You're not.
in the Kentucky
Crow's
Center,
nest.
He
after
needed to be on a
previously,
diet.
citing, sitting with him at the UFC fight. Apply your own metaphors here, guys. The desperate wooing of literally Hitler. I'm just gonna say fucking Hitler. Figures have been evident.
Gary wants to fuck Hitler? Fuck!
Clifton already posted.
Evident with both men. Sarandos reportedly brought former Hitler administration officer Fleet Williams to the White House meeting. Ellison hired another former Hitler administration official, making something or other. And Paramount's chief legal officer, the 42-year-old, brought on Jared Kushner's investment company. Isn't it strange, Jeremy, that Jared Kushner's, who's Jewish, is working with the Saudis?
Yeah, that's kind of
And Qatar.
No, that's not weird. Why is that not a bad thing for you guys? The Saudis gave him $2 billion for secrets. They gave his dad money for secrets and for a weapons deal to do a genocide in Yemen. Do I need to go further? How much is left? Not that much. Okay. We'll just hear it out.
And
And
Qatar,
Abu
yes.
Dhabi.
Yep.
Yep.
Jared
Interesting.
Kushner's
Everyone's
investment
friends.
company.
It's all chill.
Oh,
We're cool.
kumbaya. It's all going to be cool, man.
Harry Krishna.
To the Warner's bid
Money talks, you know.
Yes, it does. At one of the meetings between Ellison and Hitler's emissaries, Ellison reported he promised sweeping changes to CNN. Dude, no, not changes. Get rid of it.
Yeah, just fucking torch it. Nobody needs it.
If somehow Hitler can jury rig Warner Brothers to him, the Hollywood throne is not just Augustus, but Honorius.
Pinochet.
Hey, yeah, sure. Who had to rely on the military strong arm to maintain his own power. And
That's every government.
The end, Rome was sacked anyway. Well, Hollywood
What the
sacked.
fuck, man?
They're
have no
freaking
idea.
out. Oh my god! No, that was a fun read.
Beautiful, man.
The whole thing is a fun read because it is just panic.
Scrambling. They have no idea what to do right now.
No,
And they've done this to themselves.
But this thing, none of the articles that were just about Paramount were this extreme and insane before Netflix came out. And you even had like Mark Ruffalo saying that this endangers democracy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it does. This is not normal for someone who has said that if he could, he would run for a third term. He essentially is doing Palantir. He's doing Palantir. But none of these fuckers are going to mention that. I guarantee. I promise you that. They're not going to mention it.
Like, you think Netflix, you think Paramount is that on your side that they can control which way people vote so Netflix will not be your tool anymore? It's like everyone lost their minds instantaneously.
It's just like the whole
But
stifling
blocking
of free speech.
conservatives, yeah, blocking
nonsense.
conservatives on Twitter is not a threat to democracy at all.
You know what though? I think in this instance, I'm not for censorship. I'm not for censorship of social media. But you know what? How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay, 10. These 10 people, ban them from the internet. Honestly. Just ban them from the internet.
No. Also, I love how the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing came out, where it's like, oh man, this is an attack on our freedom of speech. It's like, yeah, he just got an extension of his contract. Oh, wait, so
a year.
And it's over.
You guys lost that war. You guys lost that war. It was an attack on his freedom of speech. It was an attack, Odin of Advent, whatever your name is. It was an attack. It was. It was an attack on his freedom of speech. The head of the FCC admitted it so. He has a pin on his suit jacket of Trump. Trump told him to do that. I was right about that, by the way. There was a whole like debate about that on the Roller Room cast, and I was proven to be right about that. By the way, for the record, I was proven to be right about that. Just saying. Just saying. I was proven to be right about that. That's all. Just saying.
The best one, I can't remember what his name is because they all seem the same to me. It was like, where it's like, if they can crack off a few billion to buy another company, why can't they renew one of the most successful shows?
Is it called that?
Yeah.
He's basically begging, please, could I have my job back?
Please pay me. I'm so successful, I can't get a job anywhere else.
Right. Yeah, it's strange, that, isn't it?
How fucking shitty is Twitter's new chat? It is like
It's disgustingly bad.
I don't like it.
Yeah. It matters.
Is that it? Yeah, it's basically it. All right. I've suffered for an hour. I'm going to end this part of the show. The rest of the clips will be shorter, for sure.